Justice system. Boston Law begins tonight at 10:35. Now with strong language, an uphill battle in Europe's car crime capital.
Tonight, police officers in hot pursuit of car thieves who've run into a bingo hall. A drunken teenager uses a stolen car as a battering ram. Another car thief in handcuffs, thanks to a police dog named Blue.
Okay, you're now under arrest.
And a 15-year-old joyrider's luck runs out as he loses control. In Night Raiders, a Car Wars special, police and criminals in Scotland do battle.
Stand still, okay? Okay. Charge. Do not move.
For breach what he's doing me for now.
On the M74 motorway outside Glasgow, a stolen Vauxhall Astra is being driven by an 18-year-old thief with a string of car crimes to his name. The car videoing the chase is being driven by one of Scotland's top police drivers.
High-speed pursuits, it's all too easy to become fixated with what's happening in front of you. It's like a game of cat and mouse, if you want to call it that. Where he's wanting to go, I'm going to try and stop him. It's a test of faith who's going to chicken out first.
The thief is not only trying to outrun PC Owen, he's deliberately trying to force him off the road. Red mist is now an added danger.
Red mist is a mental attitude. If somebody cuts you up in traffic, you would love to try and get that guy across the side of the road and tear it to shreds with your tongue, hopefully just your tongue. We're trained to a high degree to recognise when we're starting to go into that sort of state, and sometimes you rely on your passenger to say, just calm down here. We need to think about it.
The Astra is still doing 60 miles an hour, even though a front tyre has been torn to shreds. High-speed chases in this part of Scotland aren't rare, but this one is unusual. The thief is drunk and he's been driving on 3 wheels for 10 miles.
Most of the car thieves know that if they become too dangerous, that we will pull back from them.
Tango Papa 2, would you want any stations that's putting out Stinger? He will drive for them. He will drive for them. Tell them caution. Caution when putting Stinger out.
You tend to find most of the time it's the passengers in the vehicle that want the car stopped, but the driver's just going on adrenaline at that point. And nothing will stop him.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
We are dealing with an enemy, in truth, and that's the word I would use, because they are the enemy. It's dangerous, it's difficult.
Yes, successfully, well done, Sean.
My staff are dealing with the opposition, who are out there to cause mayhem, whether to smash vehicles up, to almost kill people in the process. It's a war, because you get a kick out of it. You get a kick out of smashing up a vehicle.
500,000 people live in and around Glasgow. 18,000 vehicles are stolen every year, making this city one of the worst places in Britain for car crime.
Okay, so thanks for your time. Bye now.
This is Glasgow's East End, a favourite hunting ground for the Night Raiders. On average, 70 cars are either stolen or broken into here every week. As part of a crackdown, the area is about to be flooded with undercover police officers.
One of the main aims of the operation over the next 3 nights is not only to prevent car crime, but it's to get intelligence. So even if we're not getting people breaking into cars, what we want to know is who's walking about, who's coming into the area that's not normally there. We don't just want their names, we want a full description, physical description. But tonight, and for the next 2 nights, what we're going to do is blitz the area with plainclothes patrols.
Leading tonight's blitz are 2 of the East End's top crime fighters, Detective Ian McCauley and Inspector Ian Graham. For the next 8 hours, they'll be out on the streets looking for car thieves.
If you're wanting to actually catch the people who are involved in these things, then one of the ways of doing it is by being covert, being in plain clothes, be able to see what's happening without being seen.
It won't stop the determined thief, someone who desperately needs money, whether it be for drugs. He or she will, usually he will go out and break into cars anyway.
Being in plain clothes gives us a bit more of a chance to get a hold of them. It gives us more time to be in the area without them knowing that we're here. And the ultimate aim is, of course, to deter the crime rather than to allow it to happen.
Another member of the undercover squad is PC Robert McLean. He's normally a beat bobby in uniform.
I prefer this side of it. I prefer the plain clothes side. I've got a good knowledge of the criminals in the area, and I feel that's best used the plain clothes aspect as opposed to the uniform aspect. You'll get folk breaking into cars at least one every hour in this part. There's one of their vehicles there.
The streets are quieter than usual tonight. Many people are tuned into a football match. Not only are the police fighting the car wars, Scotland is playing Bosnia for a place in the European Cup finals.
And white stockings, a very sharp contrast.
The east end of the city is a very peculiar area. We have a very high transient population of males who occupy hostel accommodation within the city. And at any given time, you could have 500 to 600 people, many of whom have a criminal background, walking in the streets of what is a very small area.
What's that? What's he got? What's he got?
Working with the undercover teams will be PC's Stuart Roger and Sean Owen, and Blue. Stuart's his handler.
Oh, he's my partner, yeah. 24 hours a day because he stays with me as well. Police kennels at the end of a shift, he comes home with me and stays at home.
Good boy.
Before every shift, Owen and Roger role-play with Blue to make sure he remembers how to catch car criminals. PC Owen always plays the bad guy.
It's your last warning, come out or send the dog!
Blue is a 5-year-old German Shepherd weighing 55 kilos with a top speed of 30 miles an hour. Not to be messed with, even in fun.
Blue just switches to working mode. I'm the bad guy at that point and he'll do anything to try and get me, so I've got to make sure my legs are far enough up the tree that he doesn't.
Good boy, speak to him, Stan. Right, down out that tree. Walk in front of me.
All right.
Just walk straight out there. Keep walking out. That's a good boy. Right, what have you got for my boy? Oh, what have you got? What have you got, eh? What have you got? Go get it. Good boy, son. Yeah. Where is it? Come. Where is it? They usually find when it comes to the work, it's all a big game to them. They enjoy it that much. They'll always come out and work for you, you know. How you going in the car?
A fantastic working relationship in the car. Stuart's a good neighbour. You know exactly what Stuart's going to do, and I would say that he'd know what I was going to do.
In the van. Good boy, son.
Blue's one of the best dogs I've ever worked with.
Oh, yes. That's it. All set.
The night shift has hardly begun, and already a car's been reported as stolen.
Roger, attending from Saracen.
From Saracen, back up 4 from...
Got an unmarked vehicle following a vehicle at high speed in the M80, so you can't take a chance with something like that. It could just easily be stolen.
The driver has just broken into a house and is trying to escape.
It certainly sounds like a stolen vehicle. 80 mile an hour, they're doing in the 30s now.
PC Owen will have to drive flat out to get to him.
Blue just lies there, it's not a problem with him. He'll lie there quite calm, but once we stop the car, he knows he's there for something and he's out and he'll do it. Myself, it's just trust, and Sean, I know he's a good driver. I don't have any problems with it. I know he's highly trained.
This is the stolen car. The thief's making a run for it. Now it's Blue's turn.
Off Ashgill Road, over.
Here, find him, son. Come out, I'll send the dog. Find him.
Blue, come on, son. Fine, Blue.
There was a saying that when we got old and we can't run, they gave us a dog, and it's probably very, very true. The car thieves aren't frightened of when we start to run behind them, but when they hear 4 paws and somebody panting behind them, which is usually the dog handler, then they're frightened.
Come on. 90% of them, a dog's there, they'll just freeze, they'll give up, or they'll come running out. I'm here. We've even had guys locking themselves in cars after a car chase, refusing to come out because the dog's there.
He's in here somewhere, mate. He came to the right. Stuarty, you got anything?
Roger, that's noted. Several Alpha Bravo and Alpha Charlie stations on...
Police controllers are now sending in reinforcements.
Obliged, meantime. Yes, out.
Officers from the undercover operation. With no sign of the wanted man, Sean Owen is not a happy man. In the East End, DC Macaulay's undercover team is also on the move. A car has been broken into.
The vehicle's a white Peugeot 405 SRI.
It's in a dark and dingy car park, a prime target for thieves. A young man is already under arrest. He's been hurt, either when he fell off his bike while trying to escape, or when he smashed the window of the car he was trying to break into.
Well, apparently the fellow was found over here, and they tried to hide something, but we've had a look around and can't find anything, so...
It was also noted there was blood on his hands, and there is blood on the inside of the car. We can take swabs and do a DNA match, see if it is in fact his blood that is on this vehicle.
PC McLean and Inspector Graham aren't just worried about the car wars tonight.
The goalkeeper seems to fill that goal. Up comes Collins, puts it in the corner. Scotland.
Scotland's battle with Bosnia is still going on.
1-0 to Scotland, penalty kick, so that's something good, I suppose.
Against Brazil, and tonight put it away beautifully. Scotland 1, Bosnia to be a 0.
And 1-0 for Strathclyde.
Yeah, so far.
But the game's not over yet.
Yeah.
Reports are now coming in about a possible stolen car. Driving erratically, there may have been an accident.
Stage to look out for a R-Reg Fiesta.
Macaulay and Graham's undercover team is the nearest to the scene.
Gates up. Closed, yeah.
Look out for an R-Reg Fiesta. Last seen Duke Street at Aitken Street. Male driver, female passenger also on board. Echo out.
The driver is still in the car with the engine switched on.
Good car.
He has been involved in a crash.
Your manners. A car that's accident damaged and making off from an accident, there's usually one or two things. It's either a drunk driver or it's a stolen car, so we're dealing with stolen cars. We've got to come and have a look at it. He's hit something in the fumes, yeah. You been drinking tonight at all? No. No? Right, we'll get a uniform come up to speak to you. Somebody's phoned in that you're sitting here with the accident damage at the back, they're a bit concerned about you.
Grounds there, mate. He's not came far enough along here.
A few miles away, PC's Roger and Owen are still hunting for the runaway car thief. Blue hasn't given up, and they're sure the man is hiding somewhere in this housing estate.
I'm going to walk down this side of the fence with you, bud.
Find him. Find the speak. Everything come out now, don't come outside the door. If I think there's a chance that the person's there, I'll stick at it. Come. But I hate to leave something with the thought in my mind that I could walk away. Where is he? Find him. Find him. And after putting the effort I've put in, that the person could get up out the long grass. Find the speak. Ho ho, your beauty never found us.
Try the obvious ones. I don't think he's that far away again. I don't think he made it as far across as you.
Yeah, I think he's over there. Convinced it.
Never give up. Blue helps because he's not giving up, he's continually working. He's got a scent from somewhere, but at that point he's just not 100% sure where. So he trusts the dog, let him do the hard work. Got to keep going all the time.
Meanwhile, uniformed officers are now arriving to help the undercover squad at the scene of the crashed, suspected stolen car.
Waking up. Right, you want to step out the vehicle, please?
It's now clear the driver is either drunk, on drugs, or both. It's against the law for DC Macaulay to breath test him.
The law doesn't allow a plainclothes officer to do certain things in these instances, so we'll get a uniform card to deal with it. We'll just keep him where he is. He certainly seems to be under the influence of something.
I want you to fully inflate your lungs and give me one continuous breath. Go.
The detectives still don't know if the car's been stolen or not.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. No. Right. Have you any reason for being unable to give me a full specimen of Fred?
Could you do a check on the vehicle itself, just to see if it's been stolen or anything?
Roger. Right, I suspect that you're unfit to drive through either drink or drugs, okay? For that reason, you are now under arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're now under arrest? Okay?
Yes.
My own feeling is that he doesn't have permission at all to drive it, that it's somebody else's car and he doesn't have permission to drive it. That's the way I feel about it.
Do you understand what's happening to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Echo Mike 30.
Go ahead, over.
You ready for the details?
It's registered.
It's now clear the car belongs to the man's mother.
No reports on it.
Roger, it's...
But has he got permission to drive it?
Ability, thanks.
It's your last warning, come out, I'll send a dog. Police dog, fine to speak.
PC's Owen and Roger are giving Blue one last chance to find the car thief.
I thought one of them went harder to the right.
A final roll of the dice.
Find him.
Plenty of stuff in there, he could be doing his job.
Go on, find him. Find him. Where is he? Show me. Good boy, show me then. Show me. Ah! Good boy,
Yes.
son!
Yes.
Ah! Wait! Stand still. Don't move. Do not move. Okay? Stay where you are. Do not attempt to run. Just stay where you are just now. Okay? Stay where you are.
Right, let me see your hands.
Still.
Driver beauty.
Good boy, son!
Right.
Yes!
Stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up. Stand up. Turn round. Bring your hand into the palm of your back. Okay, you're now under arrest. You will be taken to a police office. Okay, do you understand that?
We did think it was going nowhere. We thought, this guy has to be somewhere here. He just thought, no, we're going to give this a go. And I think I carried on with the search with Blue. Shaw went away to get the torches, and just as he went to get the torches, the dog indicated and found the guy in the bushes.
Ah! Good boy,
Yes.
son!
Yes.
Ah! Wait! Stand still. Don't move. Do not move. Okay?
And if we'd walked away, that person was thinking to himself, great, I've got away from it. Whereas just a bit of perseverance, and there's always a chance of a result.
Fantastic. Over the moon with that one.
It was the dog that got the first apprehension, so hopefully we'll get some more out of that, you know. Dogs are very good.
I can maybe get him a wee bonio.
The thief's getaway car was stolen only a short time ago.
Door lock's been attempted to be done on this side, and then they've come round to the passenger side, so the car's been fairly well planked up. Wiring coming out of the car, and then when you come into the ignition of the vehicle, it's a classic way that they're done. They've taken a bit of time about this, and they've smashed half the cowling off and leave this half intact. So if you're walking by the car, it looks okay. That's how they start the vehicle now.
The drunk driver detained by the undercover squad is now at the bar, the charge bar at the local police station.
Right, William.
He now has one last chance to give a breath test.
William, you listening? These officers are going to read a form out to you. William?
Yes.
Do you agree to provide 2 specimens of breath?
Yes.
Right, William, you want to come with us, please?
It's now 3 in the morning. But the night is far from over. And and the night raiders are still at work.
Traffic, we're indicating right, stand by.
The driver of this stolen Vauxhall has no intention of being caught tonight.
Craigmore Road, possibly.
This is one of 4,500 cars stolen in Glasgow each year that are never seen again by their owners. The thief is using a school as an escape route, knowing the police will not dare follow him for long.
Across football fields, over. Tango Papa 2, we have lost the vehicle, he's gone cross-country.
Sometimes you've got to put your hands up and say, away you go, I'm not going to catch you this time. It doesn't very often happen because of the devices we have nowadays. We can stop it before it gets to that stage.
Many of the cars the police fail to stop end up like this, torched by the night raiders. They drive them to remote farmlands just a few miles from the city centre. It's the morning after the night before, and officers from Strathclyde Specialist Car Squad are already on the move, picking up the pieces.
The area itself is very rural. You'll see how quiet and desolate it is, and a lot of wee back roads, labyrinth of roads up here. So once they get up here at night in the dark, they can just abandon the cars and torch them at their will.
It's a really quiet road, hardly anybody uses it, and it gives them the perfect time to strip the vehicle and then take whatever parts they want and then just set fire to the vehicle to hide any identification.
You mean that burnt out vehicle?
That burnt BMW.
These people who steal the car come up there, they know they're safe. Because it's total, I mean, there's no street light, there's not, it's pitch black.
Easy peasy.
A few hours ago, this car was worth £5,000.
You know, it's so remote, I think there's only about half a dozen houses up in that area. OK, we'll have a look at it. It's generally the following day before we get a report that there's a burnt out wreck line.
No, it says it's stamped like
The flames may have destroyed any clues about who it belonged to, but these officers are trained to find numbers and marks which survived the fire.
Can somebody do is we'll check the chassis number from a burnout? Right.
That way they can trace the owners.
Alpha.
To some of these people, that is their livelihood. It's a means of getting their transport and a family about, going to their weekly shop, getting to their work every day, and suddenly have that and think, oh, the police have recovered, but oh, it's burnt out.
Cheers, bye.
The BMW is listed as stolen. It's a 318i BMW black in colour, and it was stolen on the 9th of November this month.
Also picking up the pieces are two beat officers who are learning to become special car crime investigators.
Information has come in from a police officer down in U Division that there's a burnt-out vehicle down in a place called New Cumnock. So we're heading out that way to see if we can find it and then try and identify the vehicle. There it is.
This is the first time PC's Ellison and Clark have tried to identify a burned-out car on their own.
Peugeot 106.
Finding a chassis number is the first challenge. PC Clark thinks he knows where it is.
It's usually somewhere along here on the bulkhead. Where it should be, that's where the number should be on there.
But he doesn't.
I have a doing number, it's just we can't find it. But we have ways of finding this information out.
What's that?
If I were to ask someone who knows.
Hello Alan, it's Jim. Can you tell us where the stamped in number should be in a Peugeot 106? Offside front wing. Right. Is it? That's it coming up. That's it coming up. Yeah, smashing. Cheers. Bye. I did get it wrong. It wasn't in the bulkhead. It's there. It's coming up.
So many casualties from Glasgow's car wars are burned in fields around the city that one farmer has taken to harvesting them and stacking them in his yard for the police to come and examine.
what he does is he picks the vehicles in. He picks the vehicles in and brings them here so we can come and examine, gets them here in one place.
Right, we've got a floor number on this Vauxhall. We've got Whiskey Oscar Lima.
Sometimes it's 2 or 3 a week. Other times it might be 2 or 3 months before there's one. It always seems to come round to this area again and again.
The only things that we can find on vehicles when they're as badly damaged as this is a chassis VIN number which is stamped into the floor of the vehicle, and possibly an engine number if it hasn't been chiselled off or erased by some other means.
3 is the last digit of a 3 as well.
This is not the sort of beat most police officers are happy to walk.
Not something I expected I would have to do when I joined the police, but because I'm a lover of cars, I don't mind getting the Wellingtons on and getting into fields and getting in about these cars and trying to find the stamped-in chassis VIN number or the engine number on them. It's always good to recover stolen vehicles and at least get it cleared up, because it'll still be an outstanding stolen vehicle.
Not all stolen cars end up dumped and burned. Many are stolen for money. The criminals then sell them to unsuspecting members of the public. This Honda was stolen 4 months ago. The thief has changed the plates and parked it outside his home. Police officers based in this porter cabin are going to try and get it back.
And as soon as we are told that,
in charge of the operation is Detective Sergeant Tom McCrossan, one of Strathclyde's most experienced car crime cops.
Apprehension or detention and gets away, then
it's not just his job, it's his life.
Okay, thanks very much, Inspector. Right, goodbye now.
Major criminals make a lot of money in vehicle crime, so therefore I saw this as an opportunity in, let's say, the swan song of my career, to get involved still actively with criminals who are making a lot of money out of organised crime.
Okay, have you got the mobile numbers of the officers?
Yes, you plainclothes officers.
I do. Okay.
PC Davy MacDonald will be helping McCrossan. It'll be his job to stake out the building where the thief lives.
It'll be our objective today to block that vehicle in as quickly as possible, arrest him and take it from there.
We're going to an area of Glasgow known as the Gorbals. It's on the south side of Glasgow, in the south bank of the River Clyde, not far from the city centre. There are high-rise flats there. We're after a particular criminal who we know is involved in the thefts of cars and also in ringing cars. We know that there are warrants in force for this man, and there's a stolen car sitting outside his house.
MacDonald will stay as close to the stolen car as he can without being seen.
We want to make sure that he's arrested in possession of the car. He has to be in the car with the keys in the ignition.
But once the Honda is running, the thief might get away. An undercover officer has been checking escape routes.
There's about 3 or 4 different directions he could take, but the thing is, because of the way he's parked, his manoeuvre to get out, there's a lot of kind of roadworks and stuff like that as well, so it'll take him a bit to get out there.
Right, just for geography purposes as well, if we can just get a drive round then, would that be all right?
Sure.
Is this a case of the car was seen and identified, sort of thing?
Yeah, uniform was seen and identified it. Stolen vehicle, false plates. So that's what we have just now.
Right.
The suspected car thief is also thought to be armed and dangerous. His favourite weapon is a cutthroat razor.
I don't know my way around these streets very well, because I don't usually work in this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to drive round the outskirts of our target area, and if I have to chase him on foot and run after him, then I've got an idea of where I'm going. It's very important for any police officer to know his bearings and where he is, and have a reasonably good sense of direction. It could save your life.
Police controllers are also monitoring another stakeout near the old Govan shipyard on the banks of the Clyde. An informant claims there's a stolen pickup truck inside this garage. PC Alan McLean is also with the car squad. He's keeping in touch by mobile phone.
Roger, Tango 015, do you have an update on the location? Do you still have a sight of the vehicle?
We're outside just now, we're going to wait. There's nobody near it. Cape plate, aye. I don't see anybody about it, that's what I'm saying. It's sitting there itself.
McLean wants to catch the driver actually at the wheel.
And hopefully the driver will start the vehicle up and drive it out on the road where we'll get it stopped with a uniform station.
At the Gorbals stakeout, PC MacDonald is getting restless. The car thief still hasn't appeared.
There's been no movement so far. We must assume that our target doesn't know we're here, and we must assume that, you know, the car is. There's always a chance that the car is going to move sometime soon. The important thing is that the car that belongs to an ordinary member of the public that's worth thousands of pounds is in one piece, it's not been damaged, and we're going to be able to recover it.
In Govan, the suspected stolen pickup is on the move.
It's coming this way.
It's coming this way. It's now turning into St Andrews Drive. It's a white transit pickup. It's got trees in the back of it. Up towards Pollockshaw's Road.
Sorry, vehicle now mobile. St Andrews Drive towards Pollockshaw's Road.
PC McLean wants help to stop the truck. Another police car.
Tango 015, an update, please.
It's now just went through the traffic lights and he's indicating right to turn in by the Transport Museum.
Yes, to Victor Mike 11 from the Stone Car Squad. Target vehicle now at the traffic lights indicating to turn up the side of the Transport Museum. Just noted over.
Hello, it's North and Keir Street. North and Keir Street, yep.
Roger, Victor Mike 11's adverted over.
But the help won't be needed. The driver's parking.
Hello there, he's just pulled into a parking space and we're Leslie Street at Keir Street.
Tango 015, just confirm the exact location of the stop.
Leslie Street, Keir Street, yeah.
Yes, it's Foxtrot Light 1. Vehicle is now parked up. Leslie Street, Keir Street.
What you got you? All right. Information this vehicle may be stolen. Oh, right. So.
In the Gorbals, the car thief who lives in the tower block still hasn't shown. 3 hours have gone by.
Hello, DS McCrossan.
DS McCrossan is now at the scene.
Yes. Yes, I can.
He's worried that local criminals might recognise his unmarked police cars and warn the wanted man that the car squad are onto him.
I feel exposed in the actual area of the car park, particularly with this vehicle. So I'm going to be just running about in a roving patrol, and I'm available in this number should you need me very quickly, okay? The object of the exercise here is to arrest a known individual in possession of that vehicle. However, if our resources are recognised and word gets back to this particular person, then quite obviously he won't go near that vehicle. From that point of view, it's important that we just maintain a respectable distance from the actual scene.
I'm quietly confident we might get a result, although it may be some time in the future.
Your build plate's missing as well.
A mile away, PC McLean has started to examine the tree surgeon's truck.
See if
it may have a false identity.
The VIN plate on there is not a genuine Ford VIN plate. The number's stamped into it. It should be embossed out the way.
It's embossed on the other side, I checked that.
No, it's stamped in on the other side.
Well, exactly.
Did you check the engine number? See down here?
Right.
That's where your engine number should be. Somebody's cut it off with a still saw or a grinder. That should be a flat surface which protrudes out about that much for the engine, and that's where the engine number's stamped in these.
So somebody's fiddled the engine on it?
Somebody's took the engine number off it. They've also took the build plate off it, which is relative to the body. The VIN plate that's on there is false, and without stripping down the step to get a good look at the number that's stamped on the step, I would imagine that this vehicle is going to be a stolen vehicle.
Oh my God, Father.
So far from what I've seen, I'm not happy. I'm very suspicious of your vehicle. It's just experience to get to know what to look for and what you can identify and what you can't. And obviously, with each operation that they do, your experience builds up. So it eventually gets that you can look and say, yeah, I can identify that, or no, I can't. The plate's not stamped in. The plate is stuck on. See on there?
Yeah.
That's a plate which is stuck onto your vehicle.
Oh my God.
That's what you've bought.
Oh, Jesus.
The correct serial number's there on the original step.
Yeah.
This has only been stuck on top. That would appear to be, how much did you pay for the van?
£4,000.
That would appear to be what you've bought for £4,000.
Oh, great, eh?
I'm going to take the vehicle away and hopefully identify it.
Let me get it emptied first.
That's not a problem. Is it just rubbish?
No, it's the stuff in there I'm going to get.
Yeah. We'll take the vehicle down to your premises. You can empty it down there, eh?
You know what it is?
Team 4 to Team 3, go ahead.
Aware that says now standing down.
Roger, aware of your stand down, and I'll await the arrival of recovery.
After half a day outside the Gorbals tower block, the car squad have decided they can wait no longer. They're going in to snatch back the stolen Honda.
There are different ways that we can catch our criminal. We've tried one way. After 4 hours it didn't work, and we've decided to go a different route, and we're going to try a different way of doing it. Inside the car is where our crucial evidence is going to be. If we were to find fingerprints of our suspect, perhaps on a mirror or on a window inside the car, then it becomes much more difficult for the criminal to explain why his fingerprints are in a stolen car.
DS McCrossan hasn't yet given up hope of arresting the man they want.
In my experience, you tend to find that this type of individual may well actually, even though it's 20 past 12 in the afternoon, he may well actually still be sleeping. It's not uncommon for him to suddenly emerge and carry on about his particular type of activity in the early afternoon.
But before PC MacDonald can make his move to recover the car, someone's beaten him to it.
I'll give you a strike.
It's Sergeant McCrossan. The thief has finally appeared, and McCrossan has blocked him in as he tried to drive away.
Unlock it now. Please, you're surrounded.
Open the door.
Unlock it. Right, show me your hands.
Now they need to find the razor the man is said to carry.
Your hands clasped, Tom. Clasped in front of you. Clasp your hands. Stand here. Out you come. Your hands clasped. Where's the blade? In the pocket. I'm sorry.
He's given it to the woman.
Where's the stolen vehicle station?
Okay.
Come.
Tom, get that.
I must caution you're not right to say anything and you say of using it. It's okay. You're only required to give me a name and address.
Stand by, please. Double lock them.
Okay.
That's okay.
What is your name, please? David. Are you refusing to give me your name? Huh? What is your name, please? Dave Crossan. You're not obliged to answer any further. I'm a thief catcher. I've always been a thief catcher. I have never lost a day's enthusiasm in the 26 years in the police service. And it becomes a kind of game at the end of the day. But it's a game that, fortunately, we're able to win. No, we're not.
I
dislike criminals. I dislike criminals because they abuse victims.
At the tree surgeon's garage, Glasgow's newest crime victim is finding out just how painful this business is.
See, I can sue the guy that sold this to me.
That's if you can find him.
Well, if he lives at the address he gave me.
If. He's just spent £4,000 a while ago buying a vehicle in order to carry out his business, and now the police have came and taken it off him. But the vehicle that he thinks he's bought is not the vehicle that's sitting there. He's bought another vehicle, he's bought a stolen vehicle. So unfortunately his business is going to suffer, and then he's also put in a position where he's got to justify himself as to having innocently purchased the vehicle.
One vehicle short.
Okay, on street.
When the chap sold me the vehicle, I got him to sign the receipt saying that there was no third-party interest in it. So I suppose I can always sue him for it if I have to.
It's not every day that you go out and you'll spend £4,000. And if you're giving £4,000 to somebody you don't know for a vehicle, you're wanting to check that that vehicle's right.
And of course, I'm going to have to find another vehicle from somewhere and pay for it, which is far from ideal.
I mean, that man there, next time he goes to buy a car, I'd imagine he'll have a wee bit of a closer look, and before he parts with any money.
Yes, I bought myself a VIN plate for £4
No.
At the police car pound, the man who had the Honda stolen by the razor thief has come to identify it.
And this is your original.
He hasn't seen the car for 4 months. It was stolen after his house was burgled.
The persons who broke into your house took a spare key?
Yeah.
Right, now...
They broke into the house while I was on holiday. I think as well, people don't think about hiding their car key. Should lock it.
And would you start the vehicle using your true key?
Yeah.
It's been a while since he drove it.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. That's perfect.
The man's already had the insurance money. He doesn't want the car anymore.
It's my wife's car and she won't want it back for the fact that she feels she's kind of been violated. It's somebody else has had it and she wouldn't drive it again. She'd just feel uneasy driving it.
Nightfall brings yet more work for Glasgow's car squads. The thief driving this car is 15 years old. He stole the keys to it whilst at a party. A joyrider. The police have been chasing him for nearly an hour.
A number of car thieves that I know quite openly will go out and bait police cars into taking a chase with them. And that's the dangerous ones.
Light, Annisland Road, approaching a red light, Annisland Road. Andy, 4-1, it's a 4-1.
This time, the joyrider walked away with minor cuts and bruises. PC's Owen and Roger and their dog Blue are again on patrol tonight, on the lookout for the night raiders. But not every car that catches their attention is stolen. This one's loaded with wooden planks.
We've got an interesting load in front of us.
Couldn't believe when that came out in front of us.
Oh, lordy. I'm not going to ask the obvious question, do you know why you're being stopped? They would, exactly. Is there no way that can be put safer in the vehicle? If it hangs out the back, it's not so bad. There you go. If it hangs out that much, I'm not worried. That'll go in there. Right, I've had my laugh. A wee bit of common sense, because if anybody had been coming down the side, or if you had to go near the curbside, that's going to do a lot of damage to somebody.
You report a vehicle now stopped, no further assistance required. Yes, standing by.
But there's little time for laughter. Glasgow's main control room is getting reports of another stolen car. It's a silver Ford Escort.
Vehicle lost in Lockhill Road. The vehicle, a silver Escort, registration number Delta 241 Mike November.
Sean Owen and Stuart Roger are already on the way.
Vehicle now in Nico Rigsby. Crystal, over.
This part of Glasgow is another night raiders hotspot.
Again, very easy pickings about here. You can see with the lighting, it's maybe not the best. There's lots of dark areas. You take, for instance, that wee white car that's sitting there. How easy would it be to go to the passenger side there and work in that car? If they've been disturbed just now, they'll lie low for a while.
Stuart Roger has spotted a car with a smashed window.
Yes, calling Tango Papa 1, Tango.
It's not the silver Escort, but criminals have clearly been at work.
Tango Papa 1, in about 10 minutes we've came across a vehicle that's been broken into in Fern Avenue, over.
Roger, well, let's come across a code 66.
Radio's at it. There's a lovely sticker saying there, stop lock. We've got a line in the back seat. There's a stop lock. It's not even been put on the vehicle. Tango Papa 1, calls Delta Tango.
Tango Papa 1.
We're in Fern Avenue in the Briggs. We've come across a 6.6 to a Volkswagen Golf. It's maybe linked up with your Escort that's been tried somewhere else, have we?
But PC Owen has seen and heard something. There's a man in the street swearing at them.
3, 2, fucking 5, you know!
It's possible he's connected to the attempted car crime.
Come here a minute. One, go ahead.
But he's not waiting to talk to the officers.
I believe so.
You're fucking fair up, but...
You're all talking to here.
He's heading for home.
Not aware of the incident.
Roger, can you do a wee check on the vehicle for me, please?
Okay.
What's your problem is the first thing? Come here. Come here. Come here, out here. We're here to talk to you about your manner outside.
My manner, fuck all that. I was talking to a man across the road. The rain's all right. Don't worry about it, I'm good.
Step outside and have a word with you.
Not to speak to. What's your problem? I don't have a problem. Why get out of my house? You get a what?
Well, that's all the more
Why
reason
get out of my
you
house?
should...
I'm asking you to get out of my house.
No.
You're saying no?
No, I'm here to talk to you. You can either do it outside and give your wife and your wench
I'm
peace.
asking you to get out of my house.
You're not asking me anything at the moment.
Get the
Right, okay, you're now under arrest. Okay? You were given more than ample opportunity there. Silly man.
Winches just now. Doesn't appear seriously injured, but we're getting an ambulance just to confirm that before we move him.
Stand still, okay? Okay. Do not move.
For breach what you're doing me for now.
Breach of the peace still, unless you want to go any further.
Oh, do me for what you want, do me for murder here, fuck.
So, that's traffic. Will you stop?
In North Glasgow, PC's Owen and Roger are becoming entangled in a difficult situation.
You're here for a fucking stolen motor. You're kicking somebody's door in.
Yes, we're having to waste our time because of you. See if you kick me one more time.
I never kicked you, you fucking prick. If I kicked you, you'd fucking know about it.
Gary, you're just making things
Well,
worse.
I
don't give a fuck.
He's under arrest for breach of the peace. He'll be taken to a police office.
You're doing a fucking punch up.
Shut up, you.
The car wars are now the least of their worries. At the scene of the mysterious car crash, the driver is still in the car, refusing to move. But is he playing games?
You hurt anywhere? Your back? Right, we're getting an ambulance here. Your head? Your seatbelt on. Your legs as well? He's complaining of leg and back injuries, smelling of drink, so we'll just need to wait till we get him into an ambulance and find out what's happened from there on in. I went down and spoke to him. He's saying he's got back and leg injuries, but I think he's at it. It's to try and beat the system. First of all, unconscious, to pull a few hairs out his chest.
They kick fucking doors in car crime and frighten 2 fucking 5-year-olds. You're fucking terror. Why wash my fucking hair up? You like it. Why wash my hair up? Fucking. And what the fuck is this all to do with car crime? You was kicking the fucking door in. And you was wondering what the fuck's wrong.
Another one. Tango Papa.
The wife of Sean Owen and Stuart Rogers' prisoner has been unable to calm him down.
Because of you kicking the fucking door
They're
in.
waiting for a police van to come and take him away so they can return to the car wars.
Can you give us the exact location, please?
Fucking man's gonna break my fucking hair up! Ah! Ah!
Stop lying.
Ah! I can't leave his leg! Ah! Ah!
Tango Papa, I'm going to make this a wee bit hot. Quicker.
You fucking break my hair up, you prick! Fucking leave! Ah! 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 Fucking stop
You can see
twisting
there.
my fucking hair up!
There's no pressure putting the cuffs at all. It's
I
just
said, well, what
purely...
the fuck's that on my leg?
I'm on your legs to stop you kicking us again.
At the crash scene, paramedics are now trying to move the man from the car. He'll be taken to hospital for a full checkup. PC's Owen and Roger have got rid of their prisoner and are back in the car wars. 2 young men have been seen acting suspiciously in a car, not far from where they are.
Roger, Tango Papa 1, Tango Zulu 18. Tango Zulu 18 is actioned at it. Over.
If they hurry, they might catch the thieves red-handed. A second high-speed patrol car is behind Owen and Roger, also answering the emergency call.
4, kill the sound.
The car they're looking for is this one. PC Owen can see people in it.
One back.
But he's turned into the wrong entrance.
Fiesta there. They're walking away from it. Right, go, go, go.
That's it, isn't it? That's it. There, there. He's on the run.
He's on the right side.
The car park belongs to a bingo hall. 2 youths are now running into the hall.
Which way they go? Check the toilets.
As Owen and Roger search the hall, the second police car is on its way round the back, cutting off any possible escape route.
Roger, that's noted. 2 officers at the front, 2 officers at the rear with no update. Obliged. AS out.
But Owen and Roger are sure the car thieves are still inside.
Eh? Light jacket. Where?
Stand it up, look at this.
That's him.
That's him, isn't it?
That's
him.
What's he wearing?
No one has yet run out of the back, so the youths must still be in the hall.
Is that helpful, then?
Now it's a wee game of cat and mouse. As you can see from everybody that we have in here, they don't want to talk to us. It could be their car that's sitting broken into outside. That's the mentality of what we're up against. Where are you going? Where are you going?
I work in here.
You work in here? Just go back up there just now because I'm not letting anybody leave the building in here at the moment, okay?
There's a boy ran off here.
Aye. Did anybody come back out the way?
No. Yeah, take it, tiddly turn the run in.
But PC Owen has spotted a youth sitting on his own. He could be one of the suspects.
What's your name, son? What? Right. I'm going to check the videotapes. I have reason to believe that you're the person that ran in here.
No.
Okay, we've got videotapes in the car, and we've also got, as you can see, film crews to the side of us. Okay, you're not obliged to say anything you do say will be noted and maybe using evidence. Do you understand that question at the moment?
I'm my gran, sir.
Right, where is your gran?
She'll be outside waiting in a taxi.
She'll be outside waiting in a taxi, so why are you waiting in here? Right, up you come and come out with me at the moment.
Okay. All right, Jackie. So I'm with my gran, so
Suspect?
Me?
You're sitting there.
That's not me, sir. I'm sitting with my gran. That's not
You're
me.
not obliged to say anything or anything you do say will be noted. I'm not putting cuffs on you. I'm holding you for my own good at the moment, okay?
You can check the cameras. I was in with my gran. My gran
Why
plays
are you
bingo on a
shaking
Friday
and
night.
why are you sweating?
I sweat.
And why are you out of breath?
I'm not out of breath, I'm sweating.
You were out of breath.
I'm not out of breath, I'm sweating. Sitting reading a programme there.
Do you have video cameras on any of the exits and entrances? Can we check the tapes, please? Bring you outside at the moment.
I'm going to bring that up.
I'll bring that one as well. Okay. You're just a suspect at the moment. You're a suspect at the moment for a break into a vehicle outside. Okay?
He's why to just stay there now, boys.
The police cordon outside has also paid off. A second man has been arrested by plainclothes detectives.
Aye.
And the boy we got with the red jacket has been identified by her as well.
Superb. We get statements so far and we'll get this tied up.
Yes, 2 Alpha Mike 10. Any update, over?
Only now, with both men in custody, can PC Owen search the car.
Well, it's an attempt theft of a motor vehicle. We've got the door locked in, and inside they've had it started and rolling. One black glove line. So I need to try and find the owner of this now.
The black glove PC Owen has found could be important. A member of the bingo hall staff has reported seeing a glove inside the building.
Excellent. Whereabouts was it?
Hanging out there.
Oh. Superb, right. One black glove in the car, one black glove across here. One glove. I think you'll find that's the neighbour of the one in the car.
At last, the bingo players and staff can be allowed to leave.
That's where I've been going wrong. We've got two plainclothes units heading from the rear of here and caught one guy running through the backs who has admitted he was in the vehicle, and he has stated that the gentleman that we brought out from the bingo is the driver of the vehicle. Turns out he is very well known to the local boys about here. And the vehicle was stolen 4 days ago from the city centre, so it's a recovery. We've got the car back, we've got 2 bodies.
Car crime will not go away. Car crime is pervasive, car crime is hurtful. There's hardly an area of criminal activity that doesn't involve, in one way or another, a vehicle. Car crime actually goes right to the very core of people's daily living.
Since the Strathclyde Police declared war on car criminals, 30 fewer cars are being stolen each week.
Hands out.
The thief with the razor got 9 months in jail. The young man found by PC Owen in the bingo hall was released without charge. The drunk driver caught in the undercover operation was banned for a year and put on probation for 18 months for carrying 2 knives, but he hadn't stolen the car. The car thief found by Blue was given bail. He hasn't been seen since. The man caught trying to break into a car in the East End was given a formal warning by the Procurator Fiscal. The tree surgeon whose pickup was impounded by PC McLean got it back with a new registration number. The unconscious driver was found not to be injured at all, but he did test positive for drink and was banned from driving. The man arrested by PC Owen was not prosecuted for breach of the peace, but was found to be in breach of a drugs warrant and was fined £100.
Car Wars returns to BBC One Scotland later in the year. Tomorrow night, analysing 12 months on Tarransay and learning from the castaways at 9:05.